stars so you would know that times like these are here to show. You can do things for me and more. I got your back, just take things slow. Yeah. I'll bring everyone to show that I want your heart and more in my own life. I'll tell everyone there's no stopping
Just want to go down and then use Emily voice of like some. Out of it.
Hello everybody! Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube and Twitch channels, and boy oh boy do we have a bunch of crazy shit to go over today before I go to switch to gaming. That's why we're starting so early, because I just want to be around so that I can, what's it called, not be streaming till 2 o'clock in the morning. So I hope you guys are all having fun. Hello Bishop. Hello Spittlebuggies. Hello Cannibalistic Snorlax. Hello everybody. I hope you're all having a fantabulous Saturday evening. And I hope we're all ready to buckle up for some insanity. And yeah, we're gonna have an interesting stream. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We've got Jack Doherty stuff, we've got financial audit stuff, we've got just Diddy shit. So much to go over. And then of course we've got the gaming to go over to do after. So we're gonna be busy. We're gonna be a busy bee this evening, and I've got it ready to go. Do I want my own salad, or should you get me a Big Mac? I would prefer a salad. I would prefer my own salad with a Caesar packet, because the scale today said 155 fucking pounds. So yeah. I would rather have a salad with a Caesar packet, please. Yeah, that was not a fun number to hear. I was expecting to hear like 145 today. When I got on the scale, because I know that I have not been doing as well as I should be, but I did not think it was that bad. 155 is not a good number. 81 days till Christmas. Yep. 81 days till Christmas. But yeah, I bought I 155 pounds. Not a very good record or a number to hear. After I got myself down to 135, I was pretty proud of that. So, not happy. Sorry to say, but I warned you. You did. You did. You did warn me, so it is my fault. It is my fault for continuing to buy all those packets of mini eggs and peanut butter M&Ms over the summer, and yeah, that was on me. That was definitely on me. Saw Dog Soldiers today. That was a really interesting movie. Pincalo put it on for us to watch because he had told me about it a couple of times, but I had never actually watched it with him. And yeah, it's a very, very interesting little independent movie. And I feel kind of bad for it because it came out the same year as like Spider-Man and what the hell else was out 2002 that was huge. Spider-Man, Shrek, just a whole big fucking shit ton of movies that year, and Dog Soldiers kind of got lost. And it's a shame that it did, because it was great. Had great sound effects, had a great story, had really good characters that you could actually, like, either root for or absolutely hate. I really enjoyed Dog Soldiers. Stretch? Well, alright then, Spittlebuggies. I will stretch. So yeah, the characters really were really written very well. You could definitely tell that it was written like by Brits and Scots because of the slang that was used. Like, you know how sometimes it's actors that are supposed to portray Scottish people and they're just like, these are things that Scottish people have been known to say. No. This is right up Scottish territory. Like, in the first 5 minutes of the film, somebody is called a girl's blouse. And it's like, oh, that is totally a Scots insult right there. But yeah, it was a really, really good story. I was very happy with it. So yeah, that was Dog Soldiers. Dog Soldiers, I would definitely watch again. It was a really good little independent horror movie, and honestly, like, Pincalo was describing the way that the werewolves looked, and they got the werewolves looked exactly how I imagine werewolves looked, and then he told me how they made like Twilight and Underworld's werewolves look, and I'm like, oh, well, that's shit. So yeah, I was kind of glad that they did it like that. I would highly recommend watching it if you hadn't seen it yet. Do 10 squats? Well, alright then. I shall do 10 squats. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Whew. All right, we've got our squats done and our stretch done. All right. Let's see. So we're going to start with our good buddy Jake Doherty. Because he's been up to no good. And we are going to find out what he's doing. So there's a Twitter video. There's a Twitter clip going around. Jack Doherty just crashed his brand new McLaren on stream. So I'm going to quickly get to the video. Come on. Oh, Chrome, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Please. Okay. Let's see if I can get it to work. Okay, we're going to switch over. I'm going to put the live screen on, and hopefully I'll be able to get it to work. So, let's do this. Go over here. Hopefully the live screen will be live screening. And let's turn voiceover off and push play. So he's apparently just looking down at his phone. He's just looking down at his phone right now. Come on. Come on. Oh, what the fuck? There we go.
Oh! Oh! No! No! No!
There's the crash.
Oh, fuck. No, watch out, watch out. Oh, fuck, open the door, open your door. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Oh, Michael.
There's his car all crashed up.
Are you okay? Yeah. Holy fuck. Oh my god, bro. My whole...
Oh, it's the refresh rate. It's just
Oh,
okay.
my whole fucking car, bro.
My car, bro. He hasn't asked
No
his friend if he's
way.
okay once.
Oh my gosh. There's no fucking... Michael, here.
Oh!
You have your film on that phone too. No. Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my god, dude. This is all while streaming.
Anything else you need me to get out of the car? You want to take that shit so he doesn't have to?
This is all streaming.
Let him have that. Let him have that. Let him have that. And then we can like,
And do not pause. This is fucking terrible.
Look through here the whole time. Go over Michael. You got driver's license with you?
Yeah, I got you.
All four of you were in the car? No. It was just them two.
So this is the police, I'm guessing. So I guess that was the whole clip. So this was done all live. So apparently Kick has banned him, which I think is a little bit like Kick had no choice, but Kick is a little bit too little too late with its ban game. Let's see what the replies are here. I want to see what the replies are. 25 million views. That's crazy. Is there more? Kick has now banned Jack Doherty for endangerment. And here's a screenshot, which I can't see what it says because VoiceOver doesn't do the same thing on the Mac as it does on the computer. Or on the phone, sorry. So it says Kick has now banned him for... Oh, and here's more. Jack Doherty posts that he took his cameraman to the hospital. Oh. Where's the mute? Why can I not hear it? Why can I not hear the...
After the
there it is.
crash. How you feeling, Michael? Amazing. Just getting stitches right now. But... Alright guys, we're in the hospital after the crash. How you feeling, Michael? Amazing. Just getting stitches right now.
Get the camera out of your buddy's face, dude. Jesus Christ. You don't even sound like you care. You just, like... You honestly sound like you're just like, yeah, we're here after the crash. How are you doing, buddy? Like... And then... My prayers were almost answered, but this is still a W. So yeah, that's Jack Doherty. Jack Doherty has decided that he is going to drive his car in the pouring rain, hydroplane it into a guardrail, and yeah. These fools will do anything for clicks. You're right, Glitched Vision. You are absolutely correct. And it's pathetic. Like, and it makes it. That's why people still say when you say, "Oh, I'm a streamer," they still say, "Why don't you get a real job?" Because of assholes like this. That's what I mean. Like, it's ridiculous. These people stream anything for the views, and it just goes to shit. It 404 errors, yeah. Well, Tavirish has a new car now. The Verge has a new car. The car is ugliest colors, like splatter art. Yeah, that's what Pinkalo said. That there was like paint splatter on as the paint job. Like somebody did just like splatter paint. So yeah, like this is insane. These people will do literally anything for clicks and clout, and it's sad. It's pathetic the way these people behave. It's just it. And what's crazy is he's probably just gonna get a brand new car. Oh, we can close this now. He's probably just gonna get himself a brand new car. And he's gonna get a new car and nothing's gonna go wrong here. And it's pathetic. He's not gonna learn from his actions at all. Okay, so here's a YouTube video explaining more in depth what happened with this situation.
Friends send me a clip
It's
where Jack
Charlie.
Doherty just crashed his McLaren on stream while reading chat or maybe texting on his phone. And I just cannot fight the urge to make fun of this goober again.
Well, it's easy to make fun of him. You should know not to be texting and driving, especially while you're live streaming, for Christ's sakes. Like, come on, how stupid can you
Insulting
be?
Jack Doherty is a
Do the
God-given
evidence,
right, and
like,
I would
film
be a
the evidence
fool
of you
to
committing a
deny
crime?
that. I can't resist. It's like trying to hold in a sneeze. I just have to let it out. I have to clown on Jack Doherty.
Well, yeah. That's why it's so loud or quiet.
The most punchable face on the planet here belongs to our protagonist, Jack. He is right now driving his McLaren, and his cameraman is doing a great job for the insurance company here, showcasing that he is not doing his due diligence of being a safe driver.
Yeah. Like, the only way he's getting a new car is if he buys one outright, but he's probably got the money to do that. So, he's probably just gonna go out and buy himself another car.
So, the clip starts with him staring at his phone, staring a fucking hole through it. I'm pretty sure he's reading the chat, though it is possible he's reading texts or replying to texts. Either way, though, he is distracted driving, and it's about to be a disaster.
100% sure 100% he's distracted driving. This is an open and shut case of distracted driving. Like, they're just talking. He's not even saying anything. He's just silent, which is always, riveting for a stream host to be silent while they're live streaming.
Oh! No! No! No!
Boom!
Oh, fuck. No, watch out, watch out. Oh, fuck, open the door, open your door. We're locked in here.
Holy shit. This is clear.
Yeah, you're locked in. The airbag's deployed. $1,500 fine plus 6 points here. That's what the fine is, or that's what the punishment is in Canada.
Clearly a case of Jack Doherty not paying any attention, leading to his car hydroplaning. Now, I know hydroplaning can happen to even the best drivers, which Jack Doherty is not. He is looking at his phone numerous times. We have the cameraman who's filming this like Cloverfield, and actually did a really good job of like showing us the monster.
He kind of did, actually. And because of this, Jack Doherty's insurance is going to skyrocket. Like, he's going to be paying a shitloads of insurance.
Every time we see him, it's like he's been hypnotized by his phone. He's like in a trance. He's a zombie behind the wheel. He was never paying attention to the road, even though it's raining out. And then he had the chutzpah.
And there should be worse since there is bodily harm. Yeah. Absolutely. Hands down, this should be at least a reckless endangerment causing bodily harm charge.
To step on the gas, you can like hear him accelerate. And he's barely even lucid right now because he's too distracted by his phone, and that leads to it hydroplaning.
Yeah, you can hear the acceleration. You can hear the engine rev up in the clip, and then you can hear like it revs up for a good 5 seconds before he starts going, no, no, no.
Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Oh, Michael. Are you okay?
Oh, he does ask if he's okay. He does ask if he's okay. I was wrong. Distracted driving with gross negligence causing bodily harm. He could actually lose his license. I hope so. I hope so.
Holy fuck. Oh my god, bro. There's no fucking... Michael, here. Michael, do you have your film on that phone too?
His friend is clearly injured, bleeding from his head. He is fucking leaking.
Yeah.
And Jack Doherty doesn't give a shit.
No, he's like, film this too. Film this here too. Make sure you get this angle. Meanwhile, don't get any blood on the camera though.
He hands him the phone to keep filming for stream and then tells him to film on an additional phone as well to get multiple angles, I guess. He was trying to make like a 360-degree video out of it. I have no clue. Michael, shake it off for a second. Look, I know you might have a concussion. I know you're bleeding all over the place. But you have to remember, we're in the middle of content right now.
Yeah, we're filming. We're live. Come on now. Chop. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Bleed live. Let's go. You're the cameraman. Film.
So I'm gonna need you to get your act together, rub some dirt in it, and double fist these phones and film me, okay? I'm the superstar here, and I'm gonna put on a little bit of a show here for the content, okay? And if you're not alright with it, you're fired. You can take a hike. You can scram, Buster. Get out of town, okay?
Let's see. I swear that clip reminds me of someone I know. His reaction there, it reminds me of someone I know who's too stoned to drive most of the time. Oh god.
Okay? Like, if this is me, if I was Michael, that would show loud and clear Jack doesn't give a fuck about me.
Nope.
This little vermin is not a friend.
No. This is not. This would be the last day that I worked for Jack Doherty if I was this Michael dude. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck you. You crashed. You could have killed me. And your response is, are you okay? Okay, good. Start filming some more.
At all. He's a little content ghoul, a little goblin. I knew Jack Doherty was pathetic, but I had no idea he was this pitiful that this is considered content to him.
Yeah, that's
like, how can you possibly have so little shame? You just totaled your car with video evidence of you staring at your phone for most of your driving. And this car, like, fucking exploded like Humpty Dumpty here.
Well, because McLaren's, and Piccolo reminded me of this, McLarens have their engine in the trunk, so the front of the car has, like, nothing in it. So that's why it just crumpled like that.
The way you'll see his car fully in a moment, it looks like when you drive backwards in a NASCAR game in the early 2000s. Like, he did a number on it, completely totaled it. It is a miracle that neither one of them are.
McLaren messed up by removing the performance driving certifications for purchase or requirement before purchase, like Ferrari and Lamborghini have. Oh, that's actually a very good policy to have. If you want to buy this car, you must be certified to do performance driving.
Are in a coffin right now. And instead of doing the sensible thing of stopping the stream and getting medical care to your friend who clearly needs it, he instead doubles down and wants even more footage of it, even though he looks like the biggest fucking idiot on the planet for this. An unlovable, unlikable, irredeemable loser.
I would not be wanting multiple angles of that monumental a mistake that I made, right? Like, as somebody that makes content and sometimes makes mistakes and feels the need to, like, talk about them and hold herself accountable, I would not want to have that kind of mistake filmed at all, let alone from multiple different angles.
Oh my god!
The insurance companies are dumb for this too. What, for insuring drivers that can't drive performance vehicles? Yeah, that is stupid.
Car is totaled, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
And your
this
friend's
is tough.
head is fucking...
I don't even think he cares. I think this guy is so far gone. He's such a sociopath, disconnected from reality. I actually think he's viewing this in his head as a positive thing. Like, oh, this is going to be a lot of views. This is actually going to be, like, really good for the brand. Like, it honestly seems like he's putting on a CW level acting performance. Oh, bro, this is cooked.
Yeah, Charlie's not wrong. I was pointing this out when Pincalo showed me the video clip. This feels very, like, staged almost. Not the crash, but his act, like, his response. He's so, like, flat. And like, low emotion. It just feels very much like he's trying to put on a like oh, this is so bad.
No, it's busted. Once again, not even really asking
Oh,
his friend if he's okay at all.
My McLaren, it's broken.
He asked him one question, asking if he was good, and that was it. Immediately handed him the phone to keep filming, and then asked him to film additional content as well with the other
Yeah, he's like, are you okay? Yeah? Okay, here.
one. Like, this guy, I don't believe has a soul left in his fucking body. And also, I would argue that this McLaren was totaled even before this accident because that paint job is a crime. That looks atrocious. It's like your grandma's polka dot wallpaper from the 70s. I don't know
That's a very interesting description of a splatter paint job.
what that's even supposed to be. It looks like it was taken to a paintball tournament and used as cover. Maybe it was. Maybe that was the whole thing. But either way, that McLaren was living a sad life looking like
That's
that.
too funny.
And honestly, it might be for the best that it was put out of its misery. Because Jesus Christ, that is an awful paint job on that vehicle. Definitely worth mentioning that he got banned for this. Kick
Yes.
actually banned him. I don't know if it's a permanent ban or not, but as of right now,
hope
his
so.
account is gone.
I hope it's a permanent ban. It should be. It should absolutely be a permanent ban.
What's your name? My name is Jack. I was driving and then
I was just driving. Yeah. No, you totally weren't just driving, dude. You were distracted driving.
my tires just slipped and I lost control and then landed here.
Except there's video footage of you distracted driving.
I was all the way on the left side and I just went there and then I don't know what happened. I just lost control and next thing you know I'm just going here. And I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no shit, you don't know what happened because you weren't
Because you weren't fucking watching what you were doing.
looking. You were buried on your phone, brother. This is probably the most honest thing I've ever heard pop out of this douchebag's mouth.
Yeah.
And it's entirely accidental. He is being honest. He doesn't know what happened. He didn't have his eyes on the fucking road at all.
No. That's true. He has no idea what happened and why he crashed. He just knows that he did crash. So, told you it was hideous. You did. You did tell me it was hideous.
Though I do think it would be very important information to share with this officer, the video footage. I think
Yeah.
they'd really like to take a peek at that, Jack.
And if
love to
I was
promote
Michael, I would be like, here guys, here's the footage. This guy fucking doesn't care about me and I'm done.
your streams and everything. Why not let the officer take a peek at what happened right before the accident? I'm sure that would be really interesting in helping them figure out how this mysterious crash could have possibly taken place. This whole time, he still hasn't really checked on his friend at all, who is still bleeding profusely. And it's not until more authorities get there, as well as, medical personnel, that he even pretends to care, comes over and gives him a hug.
If I were this Michael guy, I'd be like, get the fuck off me, dude. You don't care about me. You just wanted me to film this shit. Hello, Michael.
But outside of that, he doesn't really care about Michael.
No.
And if that was me, I would 100% be suing Jack for that. He's made it clear as the fucking patches on my face where my beard doesn't grow that he does not care that I am injured and it's his fault. All he cares about is me filming him. So,
Yeah.
fuck him.
Yeah. I would feel the exact same way. I'd be like, you know what? This guy doesn't care about me. All he cares about is his content. Here you go, police. Here is the footage of him being a complete and utter douchebag and being a distracted driver.
I would 100% be opening a case against Jack. There is video evidence of him texting and driving or reading chat while driving, just being distracted and causing this crash that has now injured me. So, I'd be coming for a little piece of...
I think Charlie lives in the same county. Hopefully he submitted a link. That would be good.
that pie. Because he is a piece of shit.
He is.
I don't think Michael will do that, and I don't even know if it would be like a slam dunk case if he tried. But this would absolutely be where the friendship would stop if that was me in this case.
Absolutely. There would be no more cameraman. I would be like, nope, fuck you, I'm done. I am not filming for you anymore. You can take your content and shove it. Yeah, spittle buggies, it is sociopathic. Yeah, it is raining in the clip. So yeah, he hydroplaned. What a, like, seriously, that's so sociopathic. He does not care about his friend. He does not. LMAO, you're not the Michael in question, are you? That's funny. That's too funny. Oh, that's too good. So, let's see here. I've been just grabbing some random shit, and this next video I thought would be fun. It's called Why You Wouldn't Survive in Ancient Greece. It's from a channel called Chat History. And they do some fun things. They like to do, like, what would happen if you time traveled to a specific time period. So we're gonna do this video, Why You Wouldn't Survive Ancient Greece, and let's see. I like them. I like it.
Yeah, that witch is becoming a real problem. This time, you've been sent into ancient Greece, specifically the classical era.
Uh-oh, not the classical era. That's the era of Plato and Aristotle and Socrates.
A time of great war and conflict, but also a remarkable leap forward in human civilization. So, can you survive one of humanity's greatest expansions? Or will ancient Greece thermop the floor with you? Let's find out. Greece's classical period began in 510 BC when Athens fell and broke its Hippias and ended in
It broke its Hippias.
23 BC when Alexander was no longer great. As an act of kindness, you've been sent to the funny year. But there's nothing funny about needing to survive. The first thing you need to do is dust yourself off and get your bearings. Maybe a sign or something will help. Well, that's no use. You quickly recall your vast knowledge acquired from countless hours on GeoGuessr and look around for some notable landmarks. After all, some of these buildings still exist in the modern day. Well, there's a familiar sight right over there on the horizon. The Acropolis of Athens.
Oh, good. Now you know where you are. You're near Athens. Near the Acropolis.
That's in Athens. I must be in Athens.
Yes, you must be.
Well, now you know where you are, which means you can start figuring out your next steps for survival. But first, you need someone to talk to because you're gonna need help. There's never any shame in asking for help. That guy over there seems friendly enough. Although shorter, the dude is absolutely ripped from his labor-intensive chores and looks like he could kill you in one punch.
'Cause he probably could.
But you approach him anyway. Told you. Now let's assume he's a bit more approachable this time. You begin to ask him a question, but like a monolingual American, you always forget that there are other languages out there besides the freedom one.
I like this. This is making me laugh. I like this a lot.
But you try your best. Here goes.
Speaky the Greeky.
Hey man, can you help me out here? The man turns his chiseled jaw your way and begins to speak, quickly bombarding you with a bunch of indiscernible mouth sounds that completely fry your brain.
Yeah, what would ancient Greek sound like?
But luckily, the words have been displayed in a big old bubble next to his head. Look at all them silly letters. Wait a minute, you say, scratching your chin. I've seen these letters before. Just then, you get a flashback to your college girlfriend's sorority dorm where you found the Euclidean letters, just as you were finding Herclidean.
Well played, chat history. Well played. I find that very amusing.
Don't kid yourself. You were doing math homework, you goober. Unfortunately, you come to the realization that knowing just a few letters doesn't mean jack shit in terms of understanding a whole language. Now, some of you modern Greeks out there might lift your hairy arms and say, "Ha, I can speak Greek, I'd survive." Well, you're wrong. Ancient Greek is completely different from modern Greek with completely different tones, vocal inflections, and pronunciations across several regional dialects.
And isn't modern Greek closer to like Latin anyway? I could be wrong, but it sounds closer to like a Portuguese language.
Ancient Greeks wouldn't understand a word of modern Greek, so you'd have no real advantage. Needless to say, you're not going to be communicating anytime soon, at least not orally. You begin attempting some charades as a way to express your needs. Too bad all of your wacky waving is perceived
came in 2-ton bombs.
as a threat. And that's twice. Since you just insulted a random citizen,
Good evening, Perky Pokey. How are you doing today?
and then are an obvious outsider, you're arrested and sold into slavery.
Oh,
Looks like
good.
you've been slammed to the bottom of the societal barrel. But what did you expect? Speaking of society,
The origination of democracy, in fact, is Greek society. Orally, yes, please. Right? Right? Yes, see? Exactly, spittle buggies.
like any society in history, ancient Greece operated under a hierarchy. Since you just got dunked into classical Athens, let's focus on that. Here, there were four main groups. The
You are
upper class
fantabulous. Oh, good.
were the elite, the cream of the crop, and we all know that the cream rises to the top. To be a part of the upper class was a birthright. You
Yes.
must have been born in Athens to a moderately or highly wealthy family and be well educated. And a guy. The members of this
Very true. Well-educated males that were born in Athens were the upper class.
class were
Agreed.
the only ones that held any political power and the only ones classified as citizens.
Yep.
That being the case, the upper class controlled all social and economic policies as well as law. As a democracy, 500 citizens were chosen at random each year to run the government, given complete control over the proposal of new policies and laws.
This is the originality of democracy, and we can thank the Greeks for it.
Kind of like an oligarchy.
Yep.
These policies were either accepted or rejected by popular vote. Next was the middle class, usually referred to as the medics. They were all the dudes who weren't born in Athens but still lived there. Foreign skilled laborers such as craftsmen, merchants, and artists. These guys built ships, constructed buildings, and kept the city maintained.
Yeah, they did all the work that the upperclassmen didn't want to do, basically. And they could never become upperclassmen, but they were never slaves or anything like that. They had freedom. They
Sure,
just
they
couldn't
didn't have a
vote.
lot of rights like the ability to own land or vote in governmental affairs, but they were the core of the Greek economy. You know, a thing that barely exists today. Oh yeah, women were also part of the middle class. Not many rights outside of being in charge of the house and raising the kids. Ancient Greek society wasn't too fair to women. The lower class, or the freedmen, were exactly who you think they were. Come on, it's right there in the name. They were freed men. Former slaves who bought their own freedom through intensive labor and saving. They pulled themselves up by their sandal straps and worked hard their whole life, only to have little to no rights or place in society. But
Yeah, you basically, once you became a freed man, you were little better than you know, you were basically today's like disabled or homeless person. Like, you can still, like, you're not a slave or anything, but you have nothing.
Hey, at least they aren't smelly slaves anymore. Slaves were lower than dirt in the societal hierarchy and weren't even considered a class. They were usually captured prisoners of war or purchased from former traders. Slaves were either owned by families as house servants or by the government outright for general labor, which came in all kinds of flavors. Farmers, bankers, soldiers, employed friends with benefits, police.
Employed friends with benefits.
All kinds of stuff. Imagine being arrested by a slave. Sir, you have the right to remain silent. Huh, well, at least I have rights.
Ooh. That's true, though. That's so true.
Slaves made up about a third of the population and were an absolute gold mine for their owners. Profit margins are pretty healthy when you don't have to pay them much.
Yeah.
Or at all. Speaking of gold mines, that's where you're headed. Time to get branded and get a move on.
Get branded. Sounds fun. All right. Let's get branded and sent to the mines. Working and twerking.
You're swiftly carted off to join a group of miners so large it would cause a YouTube elite to start sweating. Oh man, looks like all the cool slaves have been sent to the surface mine to get gold and silver. But since your mining level sucks, you get to go underground for some cuprum. That's copper.
Cuprum or copper. Yay! Sounds like fun. Why do all the Greek words from ancient Greece sound like Latin?
Working in a mine was brutal. Slaves were subjected to intense labor all day, working in poorly ventilated and swelteringly hot cave systems hundreds of feet deep in the earth, illuminated only by dim oil lamps. You can't see shit, which means your fellow slaves can't see jack shit, so watch out for rogue pickaxes.
Oh boy! That sounds like fun. Just like you're chopping away and somebody drops their pickaxe and it comes flying at you.
You toil away day in and day out for a while now, but notice that, like the rock around you, you're outperforming your coworkers.
Oh, good. It sounds like you will be able to survive the ancient Greece.
Thanks to all of your hard work and dedication, the local mine supervisor rewards you with more backbreaking work.
Oh, yay!
Looks like you gotta add your pride to the list of things getting crushed around these parts. You're working hard and gaining some gains, but you need to start finding a way out of here soon. You see, the life expectancy for miners is only a few years. With hazards like coal dust, lead exposure, and cave-ins, it was a quick way to have your lifespan get completely rocked. Ah, jeez. Looks like Atticus is showing signs of a fever. And Pucus over there? He's earning his namesake. You ask your buddy Atlas what the heck's going on, to which he responds, looks like they all caught some sort of...
Sickies and ickies. Oh no. Not the
No matter
plague.
where you throw a dart on the board of history, diseases were always in the spotlight. Perhaps the most common in classical Greek times were smallpox, influenza, and measles.
Oh look, it's almost as if diseases like this existed even back in ancient times.
Luckily for you, your parents love you and got you vaccinated when you were just a wee babby, right? Of course, otherwise you'd look like this. But ancient Greeks weren't so lucky. It was pretty common for outbreaks to be spontaneous and run rampant, killing off people by the thousands.
That sounds fucking terrifying. Could you imagine just like an influenza outbreak just decimating your entire neighborhood?
And what kind of disease discussion would it be without the mention of the plague?
Oh,
yeah, the plague showed up in ancient Athens right around 430 BC, 10 years before you arrived. During that time, it eradicated between 75 to 100,000 people, or about a quarter of the city's population. The plague comes in 3 flavors: bubonic, pneumonic, and septicemic. And strawberry. They're all
And strawberry. That's too funny.
basically the same thing, but affect you in different ways. Bubonic was the most common, as it's kind of stage 1 of the plague. Usually transferred from a flea giving you a little nibble, the plague is a bacterial infection that just penetrates your cells and fills them with toxins, killing them.
Literally, like, exploding your cells. It is horrible.
This will also cause you to have a fever, the chills, and make you generally feel like shit. Your body will also start getting polluted with bumpy boils. If left untreated, the infection can spread to your blood, where it upgrades to septicemic plague. This is when parts of your body get the rot and start to turn black.
Yay! Sounds lovely.
causing severe pain as well as more frequent, unprovoked traffic stops.
Fuck the plague,
If the
right?
infection gets into your lungs, that's when it's
That's
classified as
pneumonic.
pneumonic plague. You begin coughing like crazy, and your respiratory system starts to fail. And that's no good. Luckily, doctors at the time relied less on the big guys in the sky for help and decided to take matters into their own hands, establishing and developing the concept of medical treatment.
And Greek doctors were, for their time, a pretty smart bunch, I have to say.
It was widely believed that the key to a healthy life was to consume healthy foods like fruits, veggies, nuts, meats, and dairy. Not to mention plenty of
Oh.
exercise.
Like a healthy lifestyle of eating balanced food and exercising almost?
Crazy thought, right? But if you did get the ick, there were a few solutions. The most common was bloodletting. Look,
God.
you're just a big walking blood sac, and since you're sick, that means you've got time
I like that.
to get rid of that. Thanks, Doc. I feel so... Other treatments were often natural remedies like herbs, soups, teas, and honey to heal your little stummy.
Well, what else are you supposed to do at that point? Like, there's really nothing you can do.
But anyway, you're safe because you're vaccinated, which means that you're the sole survivor of a recent outbreak and you really like trains. Guess you're a free man now. Being very free and very man means that you now have access to education.
Yay!
Sorry, ladies, you're gonna have to wait a while before you learn good. Time to hit the books. Now that your yearning for the minds is now a yearning for learning, it's time to trade your physical gains for mental ones. Ancient Greece had a wealth of educational resources, including public and private schools, personal tutors, intellectual lectures, and a recent invention: books.
Yeah. Basically Plato and Aristotle were the reason for books.
Books started showing up around the 5th century. It was a great way to record down your stories and lectures without having to memorize them. But some pretentious Greek geeks like the famed philosopher Socrates believed that books would be the downfall of society,
Yep.
as people would just write things down rather than commit knowledge to memory.
Yeah, Socrates was very anti-book. Him and Aristotle got into a lot of fights about that.
But imagine this. If you wanted to learn a story or a bit of information, you had to catch Rheticus on a Tuesday afternoon next to a fountain in the park, but you showed up a little bit late and missed half the story. Yeah, can you rewind like 10 minutes, please? Found a really good Euro spot. You want some? More for me. You attend several lectures and slowly learn to read and write the local dialect, Attic Greek. Not to be confused with Basement Greek. Although they were rare, you managed to find a small public library to see if there's anything interesting, when something catches your eye. Oh, no way. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Like I said, I'd survive.
I like that. I like that a lot. That made me laugh. I was very happy to watch that. That was incredibly funny. I enjoyed that quite a lot. That was funny. That was very, very funny. Okay. McDonald's gave kids cancer toys to promote the Shrek movie. Apparently. This is from Brew again. So let's pop over here and take a look. All right, here we go.
McDonald's commercial for a certain green You just saw a McDonald's commercial for a certain green ogre's glassware, and you rushed to buy the whole set. They've been with you through thick and thin. College, your first love, your first job. Every time you drink from it, it brings you joy.
Oh, the Shrek glasses. We never got any of those.
It riles up memories and nostalgia. Then, one day your friend comes over and looks shocked when he sees the collection. You think it must be worth something, but no. He tells you that your beloved cups may have been poisoned.
You have a good night, Perky Pokey. You have a wonderful sleep.
You for more than a decade. Everybody has a cup they love, like this mug right here. Out of all my mugs, this is my favorite.
This does not compute.
I have a favorite mug. It's my eyeball mug. And everybody should go buy one. Well inbred. Or well inbreed. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true.
It appears to be just as unremarkable as the rest of your extremely conventional Pantone P179-3C gray mugs. Why have you stated this mug to be significant?
Because this is the one with coffee in it.
You believe you are humorous, don't you?
For me, it's this beautiful limited edition Yeet cup.
Well, for some of you, your favorite cup might be a collectible from the Golden Arches. McDonald's had been bringing joy with decorative glasses for decades, even as
Yep, there was they had like the Coke ones, and they had Star Wars ones, and th've had Godzilla ones.
far back as the 70s, with cartons, McDonald's characters, and promotional IPs on the delightful liquid vessels.
Yep.
Shrek was no exception. In 2007, McDonald's teamed up with DreamWorks to promote Shrek the Third, which made $813.4 million worldwide. They promoted a new chicken sandwich, they introduced Shrek Happy Meals with talking toys, and they created a Shrek the Third line of glasses. They were loving it so much that when the fourth movie, Shrek Ever After, came out in 2010, McDonald's had a Shrek Stravaganza. They had a new Donkeylicious green menu, a Fiona-tastic Happy Meal, and people were so ogre-joyed with the first Shrek glasses that they brought them back for a second time.
And Shrek Ever After was terrible. They should have just stuck with Shrek 2 and left it alone. They didn't need to do Shrek 3, Shrek the Third, or Shrek Ever After, or Shrek the Halls. They didn't need to do any of that.
Please convey that you won't drown us with an overabundance of abysmal Shrek puns.
You mean swamp you with an ogre abundance of wonderful Shrek wordplay?
You are an embarrassment to the human race.
For only $2.49 or $1.99 with food, you could take home a glass with Shrek, Donkey, Puss in Boots, or Fiona. On one side of the glass, they were happy, smiling, even overjoyed. But if you spun them around, they showed a more sinister side.
Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't know that.
Perhaps appropriate, because there was something evil inside. A wolf dressed in grandma's clothing. Jennifer
Yeah.
Taggart, a mother of two, bought some of these glasses for her 7-year-old son. As an environmental lawyer and former environmental engineer, Jennifer blogged and authored a book about the dangers of toxic chemicals in the home. So, like any fairy godmother would do, she took out her wand, which in this case was a Thermo Fisher Scientific Niton XRF analyzer, and placed it against the glass to test its chemical composition.
Oh, of course she did. Cause why not? That's what all normal mothers do, right? That's just a normal mom thing.
She looked at the display, and her face turned snow white. Have your breath always smell like tuna and onions? No.
What?
Use sandpaper as toilet paper? Ugh.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm picking my poison. Pick Your Poison, the sponsor for today's video. It is the party card game. Here, would you answer questions by
I do not possess.
Reader revealed something below to pick up a copy so you can bring big decisions and even bigger laughs to any gathering. Plus, it helps out our channel. As for Jennifer Taggart, our mother of two, she didn't get to pick her poison. Her XRF reader revealed something truly shocking. Cadmium.
Cadmium? Sounds like what's inside Wolverine.
No, cadmium.
No,
It's a
that's
soft,
adamantine.
silver white heavy metal.
Heavy metal? Like our band? The Circuit Freaks? 1, 2, 3, 4!
It's the depths of my abyss. A sword kiss still. Brewing the darkness. Concerning acceptance to make what?
That's awesome. I love that.
Less rock and roll, more rock and ore. Heavy metal usually means it's either one of the more dense metals or has a higher atomic number. A few heavy metals are considered extremely toxic, like lead, mercury, and cadmium. They're
Yeah, that's the heavy metal poisoning. What's it called? The heavy metal poisoning culprits usually, along like arsenic, mercury, cadmium,
like
all
a
that
heavy metal
stuff.
band of their own, and they even made it into the top 10 chemicals of major public health concerns according to the World Health Organization, alongside other wonderful toxic hits like asbestos, arsenic, and pesticides. It's
Lovely.
dangerous when you inhale or ingest cadmium because it can cause kidney disease, lung damage, and fragile bones. Children are believed to be more susceptible to its effects. Worst of all, it's a group 1 carcinogen, which basically means it can cause cancer. However,
Oh, good. That's just fantastic. It literally can cause cancer.
Despite this, cadmium is used in quite a few applications, as a woman unfortunately discovered in 1989. She was suffering from a huge list of symptoms that had slowly developed over the past 3 years, including bloody diarrhea, inflamed kidneys, bone pain, difficulty breathing, constant fatigue, and pus-infected gums. Medical professionals worked tirelessly to find the source of her ailments, only to come up empty-handed. It was only when she was admitted to the Department of Forensic Medicine for a toxicological examination that they struck gold. Gold teeth, to be specific. As it turned out, about 5 years prior, the woman had received a row of gold teeth. Well, all that glittered was not gold. It was in fact a deadly cocktail with a striking amount of cadmium, 2.98% by weight, when it shouldn't exceed 0.018%, which—
Jesus, so her teeth were made of cadmium or had cadmium in them?
would have been enough to be fatal if they hadn't uncovered the toxin, but luckily they did. And after the removal, she recovered from all of her symptoms.
That's crazy.
I know you're nearly invincible, buddy, but maybe get that gold tooth checked. A 2022 study showed that cadmium is even toxic to tardigrades.
Why was there so much cadmium in her teeth, though?
The study doesn't say that specifically, but cadmium is used in metal alloys to help harden them and lower their melting point. It's also used in a variety of everyday applications, like batteries, stabilizers for plastics, and color pigments.
So cadmium, while it's very dangerous, is used all the time everywhere. Sounds lovely.
Just the yellow of a gold tooth.
Or like the paint on a McDonald's cup?
Exactly. When the US started to heavily regulate lead paint in children's products in 2008, factories switched to cadmium because it can create the same warm colors from bright yellows to fire truck reds.
Oh, yeah, let's switch from lead. Let's switch from one dangerous heavy metal to another one. That sounds amazing.
Jeez, from one deadly metal to another. It's all those Chinese factories cutting costs.
Nope.
Actually, these weren't manufactured in an overseas country, as some might suspect, but rather in the United States, by a French company called Arc International. They said in a statement that their products meet the highest standards of quality and safety. According to manufacturers, they don't have any viable alternatives, as it's difficult to get those bold pigments from anything else. That's why, when Jennifer checked the Shrek glasses with her XRF spectrometer, the cadmium levels were highest on the yellow of the Shrek glass at 1,946 parts per million, and the orange fur of Puss in Boots at 1,707 parts per million.
That is crazy. That is some dangerous high levels.
For context, federal acceptable maximum for toys was 75 parts per million.
Jesus
And
Christ.
the glasses aren't considered toys then?
Exactly. Products sold to children didn't fall under the same scrutiny as toys. We know that kids will lick anything.
Yeah.
And adults too, apparently.
What? I like the tongue feel.
Jennifer immediately contacted the Consumer Product Safety Commission with her findings. Around the same time, an anonymous man from Massachusetts, whom Jennifer had exchanged emails with, sent the CPSC the same glasses for analysis at the request of the Californian Democrat Jackie Speer. That's because the U.S. representative was already trying to put regulations in place for heavy metals in jewelry sold to children, prompted
As there shouldn't be any heavy metals in anything sold to anybody.
from a recent recall of Miley Cyrus necklaces from Walmart, which also contained cadmium.
Jeez, parents overreact a bit, no? Just tell your kids not to lick your necklaces and glasses. The paint was only on the outside, right? What's the harm?
Well, I'm sure it's
No.
hard to control what children do every second of the day, but the main concern was if a child, or even an adult, grabbed the glass to drink and then a french fry, small amounts of cadmium could wipe off the cup onto their fingers and be ingested. It was a significant concern because 9 million McDonald's Shrek glasses had made it into people's homes, with 3 million waiting to be sold.
That's a lot of glasses with heavy metals on them. That's not okay.
Needless to say, the CPSC had to test faster than a growing beanstalk to see if the amount of ingested cadmium was at a safe level before something happened.
Safe level? Ain't any amount of cadmium bad? Oh, I'd like a side of poison with my food, please.
As the 16th century Swiss-German physician Paracelsus once said, it is only the dose which makes a thing poison. Everything can be toxic in excessive amounts, even
That's
water,
true.
like in a previous video of ours where a woman died of water intoxication. But it's important to note that there's a difference between acute toxicity and chronic toxicity. Acute toxicity is like the poison apple. It has immediate effects. For this clarification, cadmium is only considered moderately toxic. Heck, caffeine is more acutely toxic. But then
Wow. Really? Caffeine is more acutely or it's more toxic than
cadmium is only
cadmium?
considered moderately toxic. Heck, caffeine is more acutely toxic.
That's
But then there's
insane.
chronic toxicity, which is when something builds up in your body over time. For example, cyanide is very acutely toxic, but it doesn't build up in your system with lower doses. Lead, on the other hand, is very chronically toxic because it builds up in your body, which then harms you over time.
Yeah. That's how you can get the accumulated lead poisoning.
But even that needs a bit of nuance. Chronic toxicity levels don't indicate a lethal dose. They only indicate adverse health effects, which change depending on the substance. For example, caffeine is more chronically toxic than lead.
That's what I keep telling you. You gotta cut back on that stuff.
Yeet has more caffeine than a cup of coffee, plus a lot of other stuff.
What? It does?
But before you start freaking out, the adverse effects of caffeine on your heart rate, mood, and sleeping, which I've definitely never experienced,
You abstain from sleep entirely.
are less dangerous than the effects of lead. Low
That's true. That's true.
blood cells, kidney disease, immune system impairment, and adverse effects on brain development in children, just to list a few.
What are the consequences if lead happens to infiltrate your coffee? Asking for a friend.
I like this. I like this a lot. That makes me laugh. Oh, right. I need to do a quick bathroom break, so I'm just gonna put this on the Be Right Back screen. I'm gonna pull up some of the music real quick, and I will be right back. And while I'm gone, share the stream, and also you'll see that there is a. If I get sick from a glass, oh well. There is a stream goal for a new chair for me. So if you'd like to contribute to that, consider heading up streamlabs.com/blindpress while I'm gone. And if I get back, when I get back, if there's a donation, I'll do jumping jacks. So we'll see you in a moment.
tell you what to do, but tell me now, is he right for you? Cause we've been talking, keep on saying maybe. You got me hoping we're a possibility, but I don't know what's going on inside your mind. You keep on running back to him, even when he don't treat you right. And all I wanted was for you to just be happy. Ask you what you want, but all you say is maybe. So maybe you'll be happier without me. Maybe we'll be better off after I leave. Maybe all along I was just being headstrong, cause in the end, darling, maybe I was wrong. And maybe you see that I could have been the one. Maybe you'll understand after I'm gone. And in time I hope that you'll find some clarity. Cause all you ever said was maybe. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Cause all you ever said was maybe. Yeah, maybe I'm to blame, going insane, thinking I can change ya. Yeah, or is it just a game that I can never play and your love's a treasure? But tell me, did I ever do you wrong? Give me a reason from going. I focus on the stats, forget looking back, but for real it's like I'm moving on ya. I don't know what's going on, it's on my mind. Why can't let go? Something that never was, holding on love that I never lost. Cause both know it never was mine. Crying over ghosts, but it never was alive. It all went wrong, but it never was right. Tell myself I better want somebody alive. Cause maybe you'll be happier without me. Maybe we'll be better off after I leave. Maybe all along, let's just be strong. Cause in the end, darling, maybe I was wrong. But maybe you'll see that I can bear the word. Maybe you'll understand after I'm gone. And in time, I hope that you'll find some clarity. Cause all you ever said was maybe.
All right, hello. We are back. We are back.
Now, Ashley, action menu button.
So, we are going to move along to our next video. Let me just pull up Twitch chat. Hey, Sparky! What's up? Aw. Thank you for all the emotes, Sparky. It goes well. I've got our new doing well. I am doing well. I'm just... Ooh, you're about to do a debate. Nice. You tried playing that chat game. What game is that? Which chat game is that? Oh, the chat game? Oh, the tic-tac-toe game? Nice. Oh, I didn't pin the... There we go. We've got that for... Oh yeah, that one. Why is it not letting me type? Oh well, screw it. You too, Sparky. Good luck on your debate. You have a great debate. Let's see, where are we going now for our next video? Let's see. Where are we here? Innocent lives ruined by influencers. Yes, that's what we're going to start with. And this one's on a 1 1/4 speed because it's a little bit of a longer video. The stupid overlay. Oh. Oh, the coding for it sucks. Oh, okay. Alright, let's put ourselves back up here on the live stream here and we will push the play button.
Allegedly, Sniper Wolf has just doxed Jack's films.
The momfluencer Katie Sorensen learning her sentence for falsely claiming a couple tried to kidnap her kid.
Oh, I remember that bitch. I remember her.
Fame can bring out the worst in people. Some influencers will do whatever it takes to stay relevant, even if it means ruining the lives of innocent people. I'm Visual Venture, and I hope you guys have an amazing day ahead. The kidnapping hoax. From Sonoma, California, Katie Sorensen was just your average mother of 3. On the side, she was a self-proclaimed mommy influencer.
A momfluencer is what they call themselves.
Documenting her kids' lives on her Instagram, Motherhood Essentials. But her content took an extreme turn when Katie shared a terrifying story with her followers. On December 7th, 2020, Katie was shopping inside a local Michael's in California when she felt uneasy. She was with her 1-year-old daughter and her 4-year-old son. But as she was shopping around, she couldn't help but notice that there was a couple that seemed to be lingering around them, acting suspicious.
I think I saw these videos on TikTok as well. I think they were reposted on TikTok.
What kind of close behind me? I definitely felt the heebie-jeebies. I didn't feel good, but I thought I was judging a book by its cover.
Also, yeah, I think I remember hearing that voice. I'm pretty sure they were reposted on TikTok.
Saying they, quote, weren't clean-cut individuals and made comments about her kid's appearance.
They're saying blonde hair, blue eyes.
Katie's fear only got worse when she overheard the couple talking on the phone, describing what her kids looked like. She even made disturbing comments like this.
The gentleman said to whomever he was talking to on the phone or whatever, the boy will be easier because he's not wearing a mask, so the mom must not really care about him that much.
Ooh, yeah, I remember this, yeah. Definitely remember this.
Annoyed, Katie quickly finished up her shopping trip and headed out of the store to her car. But Katie's attempt of escaping this couple wouldn't work, and she wasn't prepared for what would happen next.
In that hair of a second, first they had taken 2 steps forward towards the stroller, then 2 steps back, then 2 steps forward, then 2 steps back. It made no sense. It was obvious what they were doing.
This story, even before I found out that it was fake, I was like, this does not sound legitimate to me. Like, I felt like this was
in that last time he reaches for the stroller, and by the absolute grace of God, someone is parked just a few spots away, just close enough to see what's going on.
There's her Apple Watch giving reminders.
After this kidnapping attempt on her kids, Katie immediately went to the Petaluma Police Department to report the incident. Then a week later, she decided to talk about the incident in a story time on her Instagram page. Katie released 2 separate videos, parts 1 and 2. In these videos, she talked about what exactly had happened that day in Michael's. She also warned mothers to be more mindful of their surroundings to protect their kids. Katie's videos went viral. The videos accumulated over 4 million views, and in just a few days, she gained over 70,000 new followers.
That's crazy. Well, if you lie about somebody trying to take your kids and nobody knows it's a lie, they'll follow you out of pity. Oh my God, what a horrible story. Thank God the kids are safe.
Everyone on social media was in support of her, proud of her for sharing her story. But what the people didn't know was that Katie's story was far from the truth. After Katie reported the incident to the police, they launched an investigation. One of their first steps was taking a look at the CCTV footage from both inside the Michaels and the parking lot where Katie's story took place. After reviewing the footage, police were surprised to find no evidence that would match Katie's report. A week later, on December 14th, 2020, the Petaluma Police Department released a statement. They watched Katie's videos, and she included information in those videos that she did not report to the police.
Oh, whoopsies! That's a problem.
Something is definitely up. The Petaluma Police Department also posted a CCTV photo of the suspected couple, saying that they are persons of interest but remain innocent until there's enough evidence to support Katie's story. Soon after the statement was released, Katie privated her Instagram account, which
That's not suspicious at all.
Was weird. But Katie was doing interviews with news outlets and being praised for her bravery, while the couple that she accused were living a nightmare. Not only were they subject to police questioning, but they were also labeled as criminals even though they did nothing wrong.
So what went through your mind when you realized the severity of this?
At first, we laughed. Then we started to see and get kind of upset and angry.
Being labeled a child abductor, it's upsetting. It's hard.
Well, yeah. Especially if you're not actually, trying to abduct any children. It's very upsetting, I would imagine.
Heartbreaking. It's life-changing.
The investigation finally came to a close once Petaluma police realized that Katie's story was nothing more than a bold-faced lie. The CCTV video showed that the couple maintained a safe distance away from her and her kids and made no attempt at kidnapping them. Instead of walking away with the clout that she wanted, Katie would walk away with a jail sentence.
The momfluencer Katie Sorensen learning her sentence for falsely claiming a couple tried to kidnap her kids.
Kidnapping is not a joke. Like, you can do serious time for kidnapping. And I think you should be able to do serious time for false accusations of kidnapping. Or, like, setting up your own or faking a kidnapping. I think you should also get
She was
serious
convicted
time for
of
that.
one count of making a false police report and was immediately taken into custody. In June of 2023, Katie finally received her official sentencing. She was sentenced to 90 days in jail along with 12 months of informal probation. This meant absolutely zero social media usage and search and seizure of all her electronic devices.
I'm sorry, but that's too lenient. She should have spent more than 3 months in jail.
So what makes me especially upset about this situation is the fact that Katie was really playing it off. Like, she legit looked like a person who was a victim of this tragedy. I mean, if I saw that on Instagram, I would definitely believe her without even thinking twice. But thankfully, Katie suffered the consequences of her actions, but that can't be said for our next influencer. With over 150,000 followers on Twitch, Jaden is a streamer that's become well known throughout the League of Legends gaming community. She first started streaming in 2014 and since then gained a ton of fans. Despite her following, she's not actually as popular as some might actually think, because throughout her career, Jaden's made a big mistake that ruined her reputation. She had a secret. Jaden wasn't always her username. She started streaming with the username YourPrincessLol. It was under
Your princess lol, okay.
this username that she released a TwitLonger statement that shocked the entire gaming community. On July 2nd, 2020, Jaden posted a tweet titled "My Experience with CLG Tuesday." She linked it.
CLG Tuesday. Okay, so CLG is Console Gaming League. That is a team that is very, very big in the gaming community, in the esports community. They have Mortal Kombat competitors. There's lots of gaming teams like that. There's ELG, there's CLG, or CGL, sorry. There is SYN. There is a whole shit ton of gaming teams.
To a 700-word TwitLonger. For context, TwitLonger allows users to post longer messages than Twitter's character limits. She was talking about Jean-Sebastien Ferry, aka Tuesday, who was a League of Legends player on the team CLG. In statement, she wrote about how Tuesday allegedly tried to flirt with her without consent. This supposedly happened after a League of Legends champion game where she, Tuesday, and other CLG players went back to Tuesday's hotel room to hang out. According to Jaden, after everyone else left, Tuesday attempted to make a move on her even though he had a girlfriend at the time, but Jaden did not reciprocate. This is how Jaden told the story. She wrote about how when she was wiping off her makeup in the bathroom, he put his arms around her. Minutes later, he pulled her onto his lap. She explained how uncomfortable Tuesday's actions made her, especially since she saw him as a trusted friend, and he even had a girlfriend too. She mentioned,
that doesn't sound right. Oh, I'll wrap those around quite a few times.
No, but how are those, do you think?
Those
will
look
be better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Nice.
and she confronted him multiple times, expressing how wrong she thought the situation was. Jaden ended her statement with a message for others, telling them it's okay to speak up against those who make you feel uncomfortable. The response to Jaden's statement was mixed. Some supported her, while others believed it was just a misunderstanding and wanted to hear what Tuesday had to say.
Well, that's reasonable. When you come out with something like that and you don't have any evidence to back you up, people are going to ask you to hear the other person's side. That's just normal. That's gonna happen.
Telling them it's okay to speak up against those who make you feel uncomfortable. The response to Jaden's statement was mixed. Some supported her, while others believed it was just a misunderstanding and wanted to hear what Tuesday had to say. Jaden released screenshots of her DMs with Tuesday as evidence. But Tuesday fought back. A week later, he tweeted a Google Doc link filled with context, screenshots, and testimonies from others involved. Tuesday started off by showing proof that he and Jaden had flirted with consent for years, showing receipts of their DMs.
Shit.
He also told his side of the story of what happened that night. According to Tuesday, Jaden's friend encouraged him to flirt with her, saying she had feelings for him. Tuesday wrote that Jaden was the one that asked to go with him that night. He also denied Jaden's claims that they were alone in the room together, stating that there were 2 others. One of these people even provided a statement to support Tuesday's words. Tuesday ended the document by apologizing to both his supporters and his girlfriend for the drama. After
That's funny. He not only had backup from other people, there was like witness statements from people going, no, we were in the room. This is what happened. It was mutual.
Tuesday's statement was released, almost everyone switched sides. Since this was during the height of the Me Too movement, many people criticized Jaden for putting out a false statement with a twisted narrative. Despite the backlash, Jaden's career didn't suffer. She was even asked to be the captain for a Twitch Rivals team, which is a famous streamer competition. But on
Wait, really? That's absurd.
January 11th, 2021, when the Twitch Rivals roster was released, the public was furious that Jaden's name was on the list. Tuesday opened up about how hurt he felt, yet Jaden never apologized for what she did. Because of Jaden's false allegations, he almost lost his girlfriend and his supporters, but Jaden didn't seem to care. Being a team captain,
lost his girlfriend?
Jaden's false allegations, he almost lost his girlfriend and his supporters, but Jaden didn't seem to care.
That's scary shit. Like, can you imagine you're in a relationship and something like this comes out? Like, that's damaging as fuck.
Team captain, Jaden needed to invite others to join her team, but no one wanted to be tied to her, considering what she's done to an innocent man.
I officially declined with her. Please don't go on hating on whatever. Like, I don't want to associate myself with that, you know?
She then dropped out of the Twitch Rivals tournament after the backlash. Even with this major controversy, Jaden continues to stream today. This next influencer ruined an innocent old man's life, and to me, this one's personally heartbreaking.
Oh no. Oh boy. This is gonna get interesting, isn't it? This is gonna get bad. Flirting isn't against the law, so why? I don't know. Also, streamers can be bad. Many are. Yup. That's true. Gotta get ready to do this debate. Okay. Sure. I'll give it a look. I will definitely give it a look. Okay.
The biggest mistake.
What is up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news.
Keemstar, or better known by his handle Drama Alert, is one of the most
fucking Keemstar.
famous news reporters on the internet. With over 5 million subscribers on YouTube, Keemstar is arguably one of the first people to kickstart the drama commentary channels on the platform. For years, thousands of people have turned to his page for his latest on pop culture and social media news. But with great popularity comes great responsibility, and Keemstar made a huge mistake. On January 8th, 2016, a video went up on his Drama Alert channel called RuneScape Offender Returns. In his video, Keemstar talks about a news article from 2011, which talks about a Massachusetts man who inappropriately met up with a younger player from RuneScape.
I think I might remember this.
The man in the article was named John Phillips and was in jail. But Keemstar believed that the man was released from prison, changed his name to Tony, and was actively streaming on Twitch.
Oh no. Okay, I don't remember this.
John was arrested for this, and he recently got out of jail, and the first thing he did was stream RuneScape on Twitch.
The streamer that he showed in the video was 62-year-old Tony Ray Winchester, or known online by his username RSGlorianGold. Tony just started streaming on Twitch on December 8th, 2015, but Keemstar put that to a halt. At the time of this upload, the Drama Alert channel had over 800,000 subscribers, and after this video went live, many Drama Alert fans flooded Tony's Twitch channel with negative comments and false allegations.
Oh no. There was no proof for this, was there? It was just Keemstar going, this guy was this person and he's back.
You see, John and Tony were not the same people, but Keemstar kept pushing that narrative. Tony was in no way connected to the perpetrator aside from having a few similar facial features, but they were not the same people.
Yeah?
I screwed up and didn't get you salad dressing.
Oh.
So there's Italian.
Okay.
The actual offender was still in jail.
The guy
Pardon?
who actually did commit that crime with the whole RuneScape teen thing, he's still in jail. He's still in jail. He's in there for life, actually. So he's never getting out.
Some people even launched DDoS attacks on Tony and exposed his personal information. The next day, during a stream, Tony's chat was bombarded with harassment. Even though he was innocent, Tony couldn't help but break down. He made a teary statement to his stream, once again reminding everyone that he's done nothing wrong and he wasn't going to let false allegations stop him from doing what he loved, streaming.
Now, everybody in the world knows my real name's Tony Ray Winchester. I'm 62. I've retired because I'm not going to let somebody run me off. Now that the whole thing's cleared up, and you guys know I'm a good guy, I'd like to go take a break.
Tony's speech was clipped countless times and touched the hearts of many in the community. More and more people also started pointing out that the actual criminal was already in jail. This pushed Keemstar to retract his statement and issue an apology. Keemstar uploaded a video onto the Drama Alert channel. The title was, "We got it wrong, I'm sorry, and we'll do better."
I'm so proud of how successful my show has been becoming. But now as I sit here in front of you, I don't feel proud at all. I feel ashamed. I feel like a...
You should, Keem. You have done and backed a few people that you should feel ashamed about.
Like dirtbag.
In the video, Keemstar addresses the controversy. He says that he's removed the original video and expressed how ashamed he felt about putting out the wrong information. He also informed the subscribers that the person on his team that pushed this story has been fired and that he will be taking care of any damages that he caused to Tony.
This guy didn't...
Does that make it right, though? Like, can you really financially cover somebody for the damages that that kind of story can cause?
Do anything. He didn't do anything wrong. And because of me, he was harassed for about 2 hours.
With the truth out there, it seemed like the saga was finally at its end, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case. On May 20th, 2020, a Twitter user by the name of Return of Wild posted a thread accusing Tony of the exact same crime. This Twitter user was one of Tony's chat moderators, Rebecca Hartz. The thread was immediately dismissed by most of the public. People were quick to point out the obvious Photoshop flaws in the screenshots, like the partner badge not being added in or the capitalization being wrong. The original poster, Return of the Wild, was also called out by many people as being an untrusted source, since he had a problematic past in the RuneScape community. But Keemstar did it again. He retweeted the post, tagging Tony and telling him to come clean and to stop blaming him for the hate that he's gotten. Tony once again had to defend himself. He made a video where he showed proof that Return of the Wild lied.
I think it's pretty cool to spend time with you. As long as you don't mind my age, 25. I don't mind your age. See, so right there, the girl says, as long as you don't mind my age, 25, I don't mind your age.
In 2022, Tony passed away after losing his battle with cancer, but he had a community filled with loving supporters until the very end. Even after Tony was proven innocent, Keemstar still couldn't let it go. And you guys are probably familiar with our next influencer. My family is in danger.
Hello friends, it's me.
Some know her from her compilation reactions, others know her from her Call of Duty videos.
Sniper Wolf.
You've probably heard about her through the insane amount of drama she's been in these past few years. As a Sniper Wolf, her real name Aliyah Marie Shalesh got her first start on YouTube back in 2013. But many people know her by her nickname Leah. With over 34 million subscribers, Leah's become one of the most recognizable faces on the internet. However, her journey to this point has been rocky. She's been in a ton of controversy, but undoubtedly her biggest scandal yet was her massive feud with fellow YouTuber Jax Films. Jax Films, like SS Sniper Wolf, has been part of YouTube for as long as anyone can remember. He has almost 5 million subscribers and has uploaded videos for almost 20 years. His content is mostly comedic short films and parodies, but he's also made multiple videos condemning reaction channels for their lack of creativity. One of the channels that he's been most vocal about is Leah's SS Sniper Wolf channel. Jack has openly criticized Leah for her content style, claiming that her reactions are low effort with ideas that are recycled from other creators.
And that's what I try not to do with this. I try very hard to actually add something with the things that I watch. there are a lot of things that these creators can see and read, like screenshots, for example, that I can't. So that's why I watch and react to things like that, because this is kind of like my form of learning and doing research and stuff.
But it wasn't until October 26th, 2022 that things really started to escalate. On that day, Jack posted a video on his main channel where he made an announcement that nobody would have expected.
I've created a brand new YouTube channel called Jaja Jax Films. And so far I've only uploaded one video titled TikToks That Gave Me a Tummy Ache.
Your mom.
Oh, it says your mama. That's not very nice.
The channel and its first video was essentially a parody of Leah's account, even down to the daily uploads. On the channel, Jack continued to upload multiple reactions to Leah's videos. This led to the two of them beefing on Twitter. Although Jack and Leah had multiple Twitter standoffs, this one was different. On June...
Yeah, Jack did a really funny parody. It was really, really well done. And she got really butthurt about it.
22nd, 2023, YouTube posted a tweet with a quote from Sniper Wolf, where she says she gets her video ideas from fans. Jack had a lot to say about this, since he believed that Leah wasn't a content creator, but a content thief. And Jack made a video on July 26th, 2023, talking about it.
Seeing YouTube and VidCon boost this kind of activity is so disheartening. It sends a terrible message to creators, and that is, don't create, steal. Why make content when you can curate it?
Jack discusses his Twitter exchange with Leah and criticizes YouTube for promoting low-effort content. He also...
And that's why I also try to make videos talking about things that I've learned. And the guitar videos are going to come up soon. Next one comes out on Thursday.
Also highlights how Leah does not credit the creators of the content that she reacts to or who she takes her ideas from, and the comments proved his point. The pinned comment on his video was from a creator who claimed that Leah stole their content. So I completely understand that content is recycled on YouTube sometimes. For me, I take title and thumbnail inspiration from other YouTubers, but the research is from a ton of different places, right? It is basically an entirely new video, taking only inspiration on the title and thumbnail. So if you guys think that it looked similar to somebody, you're probably right. Jack kept uploading.
There's a difference between getting inspiration from somebody and just carte blanche doing what they're doing. There's a big difference from that.
Putting on his JJ Jax Films channel, being more critical of Leah's videos. He created a game with his viewers called SS Sniper Wolf Bingo, using a custom bingo card that included actions that he believed Leah did often in her reaction videos.
Sniper Wolf will read the caption verbatim.
I opened my beats the wrong way.
Yeah. Please go to your bingo cards and please select reading caption word for word. It's like clockwork.
On August 16th, 2023, Jack made another video about Sniper Wolf titled SS Sniper Wolf is Getting Worse, Here's Proof. In it, he highlights 3 instances where Leah allegedly stole content without adding anything new. In one example, he shows Leah including a TikTok
What?
No, that's fine. I was wondering why you hadn't made it a mukbang yet.
video in her compilation without reacting to it at all.
We're all trying to predict what Sniper Wolf will say.
I keep getting a banner across my YouTube that says meet the mukbang community. So,
how she'll react, etc. Here's my real-time reaction to what happens next.
About 2 months after this video was posted, Sniper Wolf did something that she couldn't take back.
Allegedly, Sniper Wolf has just doxed Jax Films.
On October 13th, 2023, Sniper Wolf posted a poll on her Instagram story asking her followers if she should go to Jack's house. But that
I forgot she actually posted the poll.
wasn't the problematic part. Her next story was. Her followers were shocked when they saw a video of Jack's house address with the caption, "Let's talk like adults." Leah even tagged Jack in the story. After fans accused her of doxing, the story was removed. But Leah defended herself, posting that she didn't dox anyone and that Jack had posted his address online himself. Meanwhile, Jack and his wife lived in fear, knowing that their house was shown to millions of people. Jack was extremely vocal about the situation, calling Leah a stalker and pushing for YouTube to take action. The next day, Jack posted this video called SS Sniper Wolf Came to Our Home Last Night. It's time for YouTube to step in. He pushed for Leah to be banned from YouTube, and plenty of people supported him.
In my 17 years on YouTube, I've never once had someone come to my home and vaguely threaten me. Sniper Wolf needs to be deplatformed.
6 days later, on October 20th, 2024, YouTube announced that Leah's channel received a temporary demonetization.
Temporary. And then she was back.
Then an hour later, Leah made a public apology to Jack on her Twitter. But everyone thought it was insincere since it was immediately posted after YouTube announced that her channel was no longer monetized. Luckily, Jack and his wife weren't harmed, but unfortunately, that isn't always the case because for our next influencer, the damage was permanent. The tragic story of Inquisitor Ghost. Vincent Plici, known as Inquisitor Ghost, was a popular TikTok cosplayer, especially loved in the Call of Duty cosplay
this story. This was horrifyingly sad.
Community. His username was Inquisitor3, but most people called him Inquisitor Ghost due to his infamous portrayal of the character Ghost from Call of Duty. With a following of over 100k and multiple viral videos, it seemed like Vincent was well on his way to a successful social media career. But sadly, he didn't get a chance to see that through because of 3 evil individuals who wanted to see his downfall. In September of 2023, screenshots began circulating around the Call of Duty community. These pictures contained private DMs between Inquisitor Ghost and his video editor AJ, who was a minor at the time. These screenshots showed conversations between Inquisitor Ghost and the editor. In them, Ghost was saying things like, "I love you" and "I'ma marry you," but these messages
these were messages that were like taken kind of out of context at the time.
Messages were taken out of context.
Yeah.
At first glance, these messages seemed highly inappropriate to send someone that age. But there was a reason why only a few specific screenshots were being shared. It involved 3 people: AJ, Ghost's editor, Tito, AJ's boyfriend, and Keegan's Mask, a friend who leaked the screenshots first. In Ghost's bio, he wrote, "Minors DNI, do not interact," meaning he didn't want minors talking with him. When AJ first reached out, Ghost quickly shut her down. AJ lied about her age, which
So she lied to him, and he still was like, "I don't want to interact with you."
led to more conversations, with Ghost eventually becoming his editor. But AJ had other plans. She and her boyfriend Tito aimed to ruin Ghost's reputation by baiting him into saying inappropriate things. Once they had some incriminating screenshots, they got their friend Keegan's Mask to leak them. When the screenshots were leaked, Ghost denied the allegations but stayed under the radar, barely posting on his page. And on September 27th, 2023, he would post his last TikTok ever. 2 weeks later, Inquisitor Ghost started a TikTok live stream, but instead of seeing Ghost's usual mask and outfit, all fans would see was a dark room. The chat was also completely disabled. Then, out of nowhere, things would take a heartbreaking turn. Off camera, you could see panicked voices shouting, glass breaking, and crying. Everyone knew that something devastating must have just happened. An attempt. On October 12th, 2023, Ghost's entire account was removed from the platform. News of his passing would hit headlines. AJ, Tito,
And they had no reason for wanting to cancel him. It was just straight up like, let's do it for funsies. There was nothing he did wrong.
and Keegan's Mask were accused of causing Ghost's passing. To try and defend themselves, Tito posted videos explaining their actions, but that only managed to backfire on them as they exposed their cruel plan to the world.
Oh my god.
Tito shared screenshots
my
that revealed
God.
the 3 of them were plotting to ruin Inquisitor Ghost's life.
But there's no reason for it. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. He was just a cosplayer.
Tito encouraged AJ to manipulate Ghost into saying things that could be incriminating. While the actual reason why is unclear, many people began to speculate that it was because of Tito's jealousy as a cosplayer. It seemed like Tito was trying to gain clout to become an influencer too. Keegan's Mask, who first leaked the screenshots, later apologized in a TikTok video claiming she acted on what she believed was true and didn't intend to harm Ghost. All 3 of them have been terminated from TikTok. As for Ghost, fans created a petition to get a Call of Duty skin honoring him in the next game. And it's reported that Call of Duty agreed to release a skin in his honor. Rest in peace, and I wish his family well. The stories we've covered are a chilling reminder of the responsibility that comes with influence. My friends, consequences can last a lifetime. I know we're almost reaching 700,000 subscribers, so I promise to never take advantage of you guys. I want you to be the very best that you can be. It was just a misunderstanding and wanted to hear what Tuesday had to say. Jaden released...
So that was... that story. That video. Sorry about me being off camera. But I don't do mukbangs. Let's see here. Let's check out the Twitch chat.
Don't forget to go back to your regular screen.
Yeah, I'm back on solo cam. Just finished an event for Forza in memory of Super Blind Man since it's a year since Forza came out. Oh. That's true. It is a year that Forza came out. I've been good. You got that on your phone? Oh, so let's see here. Okay. So, our next video, we're gonna pop over here. What is our next thing that we're gonna take a look at? Doctor reacts to the Lunchley controversy. Oh God. So this is an interesting little video that we're gonna take a look at. Let's pop over here to the live scene, and we will push the play button.
KSI, Mr. Beast, and Logan Paul have announced they were teaming up and launching a new food product called Lunchly to compete with the uber popular kids brand Lunchables. And the reception has been less than stellar. Many creators took to social media to criticize the product and the creators themselves. Logan and Jimmy were quick to push back on the critics with their own posts, and in the process created newsworthy headlines like,
YouTube stars are coming for your kids' lunch. It's a move that has Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI teaming up to take on Lunchables.
They're coming for your kids' lunch. Yeah, dun dun dun.
And I usually don't make videos discussing creators' products, but when terms like healthier or better for you get tossed around, I feel it's important to set the record straight. So, in the spirit of avoiding personal attacks, let's take a look at the science of Lunchly, including a true issue with their kits I don't think anyone has correctly pointed out yet. For those who may not know, Lunchables are basically these pre-packaged do-it-yourself meal kits.
Yeah, there's like the pizza, there is the ham and crackers or whatever it is, and there's nachos, I think.
We've usually got things like crackers, deli meats, cheeses, treats, and come with a little drink. And since their inception, they've been super popular with kids. However, it's been known, especially by experts, that while these kits are fun and tasty, their nutritional value is just not good. They're often too high in sodium, saturated fat, and added sugars, and don't use healthy whole food ingredients.
And they also have preservatives in them, which is where like the lead shit comes in. I miss the time when you could say the largest YouTuber in real life and people would say, who is that?
And because they fall into the category of ultra-processed foods, they aren't healthy to consume often, period.
Nope.
Studies actually show that those consuming high amounts of UPFs can have up to 50% higher risk of developing obesity, and some specific UPFs are linked to increases in cancer. I see it even in my clinic. So many of my pediatric patients are over-consuming UPFs, and it's becoming a growing problem across the country.
That's terrifying.
Consumer Reports even dedicated a special feature highlighting the problems with Lunchables and why they shouldn't be consumed regularly due to health risks. My own take on Lunchables, I don't recommend parents pack them for their kids on a daily basis.
No, the kids get a Lunchable like maybe once to maybe 3 times a year because they charge fucking $6 for them now, regular price. So yeah, we're like, no, you cannot have a Lunchable. you cannot have a fucking Lunchable. No. And in the rare occasion if they do get a Lunchable, it's like they get a Lunchable, but they also get a whole bunch of other stuff in their lunch because Lunchables are crap.
Low quality food
And
with
they
poor
don't fill
nutritional
you up.
value. But now what about Lunchly? Starting with the first claim, in the press release announcing the product, Logan Paul was quoted as saying Lunchly is a healthier alternative and that it's a better for you lunch option compared to Lunchables. In fact, throughout the
How does
Lunchly
that
website and the social media promo posts, you'll see countless comparisons being made to Lunchables. To be honest, some of the comparisons are kind of cringe and don't make much sense to me, but maybe that's because I'm not the target demo. Flavorful combos versus standard picks? The meal kit combos are nearly identical to Lunchables.
That's what I mean. They have a pizza, they have a nachos, and they have a crackers or whatever. And they have them in quotes. Because because they have no trademark. And I don't even buy them the actual Lunchables, I buy them the deli version. Yeah, that too.
Big gestures versus mid moments. I certainly don't remember
What does
that
that
lesson
even
in my
mean?
nutrition classes. I was
What's a mid moment or a big gesture?
more concerned with the nutritional comparisons being made anyway. So if someone was to make a healthy meal kit for kids, I would find that incredibly valuable. And in looking in the comparison, I'd be most interested in calories, which they have, protein, which they have, sugar, which they have, saturated fat, which is missing, and sodium, which is not only missing, but replaced by electrolytes. And
Of course, because children always need electrolytes because they're either athletes or drunk.
like all the other macros, is only labeled potassium and only in the Prime bottle in the kit, comparing it to the Capri Sun in the Lunchables. This is a pretty weird marketing choice to label electrolytes in food products. It's such a strange choice that it even stunned fellow doctor Brian Suterer, who tweeted,
Sodium getting rebranded as electrolytes will be taught in marketing textbooks one day.
and sadly, with
That's actually not wrong. That's actually not an invalid statement. To say that electrolytes is going to be rebranding for sodium.
It's a shame to see Logan attack instead of starting a meaningful dialogue with the doctor, given that 400 milligrams is not the amount of electrolytes in Prime, at least in the image that Logan shared. 400 milligrams of potassium plus 5 milligrams of sodium equals 405 milligrams.
Nope,
of
nothing
electrolytes.
for
It's not
Mac
about
for
nitpicking,
chat stuff.
It's just about being reasonable and honest to help further the conversation. Look, if I want to decide if a food is right for me, I like to be able to compare.
You
the
like the
entire
ketchup from the
electrolyte
Nuggets
profile,
Lunchable?
which would have to include sodium. It's like having a PB&J sandwich label.
We've
that
got a
says
Fed
what's
in
the
chat.
sandwich, you know, protein, fats, calories. But then the sugar line only tells you what's in the peanut butter as opposed to the jelly in the entire
Just
sandwich.
'cause it's
I
more
wanted to go
nutrients
further
doesn't
and
mean
do the
it's good for
comparisons
you. That's
myself,
true.
using the nutrition facts from the Lunchables and Lunchly websites, and it's honestly really hard to draw perfectly clear conclusions for several reasons. One, I don't have nutrition facts for each part of the kits. For example, how many calories come from Feastables versus the food component? Second,
Nothing.
some of the portion sizes aren't the same. The turkey cracker kit from Lunchables is 82 grams, while Lunchly's is 72 grams.
So that's 10 grams less.
3, there are so many varieties of Lunchables that just swapping out the flavor of Capri Sun causes significant differences in sugar and calorie content.
That's true. It's very true. It depends on what flavor of Capri Sun you
What I
got.
was able to conclude is that Lunchly has less sugar and therefore less calories than Lunchables in comparable kits. That's probably due to the drink component of the kit, as Capri Sun uses sugar and Prime is artificially sweetened. Lunchly has significantly more potassium than Lunchables because of the Prime drink, which I guess is good, but not something I'd regularly use in deciding if a food is an ideal lunch for a kid.
No. It's like, oh, it's got so much potassium. Because they're apparently old women that need bananas.
Lunchly has slightly less sodium and saturated fat than comparable Lunchables. That's definitely moving in the right direction. However, both differences were fairly small. Lunchly does use real cheese as opposed to cheese product, signaling that at least one ingredient is less processed than in Lunchables.
So it's real cheese, huh? Are we sure? I
But
guess.
the entirety of the kit is still considered an ultra-processed meal.
Yeah.
Lunchly has higher amounts of A and B vitamins, which can be good, but also can be problematic as vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin,
Yeah.
and kids can easily overconsume it, leading to toxicity. Being that it's fat-soluble means that you can't just urinate excess out.
That's true. It dissolves in your fat cells, which means it'll release as you burn your fat.
Has actually been raised as an issue by experts with Prime in general. Despite these legitimate upgrades, social media posts are slamming Lunchly for not being perfect. But Lunchly does not need to be perfect to be valuable for kids.
No.
It just needs to be significantly healthier in order to reduce risk. As a doctor, I use risk reduction all the time.
But I don't know if it is significantly healthier.
Essentially taking something harmful and replacing it with something less harmful, but still imperfect. As an example, I would never recommend starting vaping, but getting someone to replace smoking cigarettes with vaping is generally a good step down in terms
That's
of
true.
risk. Knowing all that, is it?
I like with cannabis smoking, my lung capacity is huge now that I vape my cannabis instead of smoking dried flower. It is an enormous improvement.
Fair to say that Lunchly is healthier. I guess one can say yes, but honestly, probably more so as a marketing tactic. The reason why? Well, let's look at the recently passed nutrition standards set forth by the USDA for school lunches and see how Lunchly compares. Going line by line here. Less than 10% of calories should come from saturated fat. Lunchly turkey, 23% of calories come from saturated fat. Less than 10% of calories should come from added sugars. Lunchly turkey, 10.4 comes from added sugars.
Why does the turkey kit have that much sugar?
But this is where things get really interesting, and for some
Is it
reason,
the
no one has
Feastable
pointed this
chocolate
out.
bar?
You see, USDA caloric guidelines say that a lunch meal for kids K through 8 should contain around 625 calories. Kids need energy to function, and calories give them that energy. Lunchly turkey contains only 230 calories, which would mean a kid would need to eat about 2.7 portions to.
It's a tiny kit. That's why when I give my kids, like, if we do buy them a Lunchable, I give them extra stuff. Because even the Lunchable kits are like 300 calories, something like that. So I'm like, I know that they will not get a full filling of lunch from a Lunchable alone.
To consume enough calories. And if they did that, they'd get nearly 1,300 milligrams of sodium, which is also significantly over the USDA standards. So they'd be either under-eating calories or overeating sodium. Finally, the grain guidelines state that 80% of lunch meals must be whole grain, and Lunchly turkey does not list any whole grain ingredients. It's clear Lunchly, just like Lunchables, misses the mark too many times to be considered meaningfully healthier, at least in my opinion. That being said, I do think many criticisms pointed at Logan, KSI, and Jimmy are unfair. Attacking them for trying to create a successful influencer product isn't inherently problematic.
No, it's not. Influencers create products all the time. They sell things all the time. They have merch. They have sponsorships. They do all this shit. I don't think it's inherently a bad thing. But to market it specifically the way that they are, I think is
I just think if a company was truly interested in creating a healthier lunch kit for kids, the USDA standards should be the minimum starting requirements. Otherwise, we're simply propagating the problem even further. One of my hopes is that in navigating the future feedback on this company, the guys hire a health professional to guide them in making messaging more accurate. I just saw someone ask about heavy metal contamination, and Logan responded with a video of an X-ray machine checking for foreign materials. That checks for stray objects accidentally getting into the meal, not heavy metal contaminations like we discussed earlier with Lunchables and lead. And saying a food has more electrolytes, therefore it must be better or healthier, is just not true. Foods with an incredibly high sodium content and electrolyte are not considered particularly healthy.
No.
In fact, many are considered unhealthy for that reason.
Like, you shouldn't always be drinking Gatorade, for example. Like, yeah, it has a lot of electrolytes in it, and it can help you replenish some electrolytes if you're low, but should Gatorade be your main drink? your main source of hydration, no.
Can't expect non-medical people to get this perfect, but if you're gonna stand by a children's food product being healthy, you need to hold your messaging to a higher standard. Eating a diet full of UPFs can lead to weight gain. Click here to see the harsh reality of life at 800 pounds, and as always, stay happy and healthy.
So that was an interesting little video comparing the the differences between the Lunchables and Lunchly from an actual medical perspective. I think that was fascinating. I wish the USA would reschedule the devil weed. At least it would allow doctors to do their job better. I agree. You took care of the troll. You call the bots feds. Oh. That's funny. That's too funny. What was I saying here? Holy shit, we're already at 2 hours and 14 minutes. God damn, okay. Where are we? What next should we watch? I might save some of these for tomorrow's stream. Go hang out with the fam for a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna do the 2 Diddy videos, and then we'll save the Caleb Hammer for a little bit for tomorrow. So this is infographics telling us about Diddy's freak offs. P. Diddy. Oh no, this is Bering's video first. Sorry. P. Diddy was telling us the whole time. This is from Bering. So let's take a look here. This is apparently he found an old interview.
We need alcohols. Right. Alcohols. Right.
Alcohols.
You need some water. Gotta keep them there. Right. You need locks on the doors.
Locks on the doors, okay? I love the scary music Bering's got in the background.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
Diddy lists what he needs for a party in resurfaced interview with host, calling it dangerous.
Yeah, you think? Fucking heating people up, getting them drunk, locking the doors? No.
The clip has taken on a new light following the rapper's arrest. A 2002 interview with rapper P. Diddy detailing his party essentials has resurfaced following his 2024 arrest over allegations of sex trafficking. I have to say sex trafficking because it's the first minute of a YouTube video. Diddy, real name Sean Combs, was arrested by FBI agents on the 16th of September and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in naughty booty bargaining. He's now facing criminal trial and has been denied bail twice by a judge. This is from Lad Bible and comes with a clip. An old clip from 2002 where Diddy is interviewed by Conan O'Brien. And
oh God, it's a Conan O'Brien interview.
Diddy's retrospectively eye-opening. So let's go.
My first guest tonight is a 2-time Grammy-winning artist and one of the biggest stars in hip-hop music.
Yeah, we get it. By the way, how shit is old TV quality? I mean,
really shit. Holy fuck, that audio's all crackly and fuzzy and it sounds like there's white noise in the background.
And 2002 doesn't seem like that long ago. There's probably some 18-year-old watching now going, fucking hell, Bering. 2002 was in like the 17th century. And I say to you, listen, kiddo, I got fucking boxer shorts that are older than you. They don't...
Right? You're 18 years old, you don't know shit about shit, pull up your pants.
Don't get worn anymore, they're in like the back of the drawer. But 2002 wasn't that long ago. I just don't remember the TV being this shit. Welcome back to the Talkie Talkie Show. Today we have musical entertainment performer, Mr. Parsifal Diddler.
What's up, New York? How y'all doing?
Now, before we continue, I'm obligated to say he's innocent until proven guilty. Obviously, we all think that, but I mean, thousands upon thousands of people have come forward with
literally thousands. You've been lurking. No worries.
claims of sexual harassment, as we'll learn about later in this video. I mean, not that thousands upon thousands of claims equals truth, but I mean, I'm tipping a few of them have merit.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
What do I call you? You were Puff Daddy, then you were P Diddy.
Yeah.
What are you? Do you have a new one now? Or is this you gonna stick with P Diddy?
Yeah, I'm using the government thing today. I'm going with Sean.
Yeah, how about P Diddler? How about inmate 374552-054? That's got
That works. That works for me.
a nice ring to it.
You're legendary for the parties that you throw. You throw a great party.
I'm a legend, baby, for a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
You know.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll go down in history as the rapper who had the equivalent of almost 2 55-gallon drums of baby oil in his house.
Literally, yes. 2 55-gallon drums of baby oil. I can't believe that's actually a thing. That's actually a thing that is part of the case.
Oh, and I missed this last time. 784 dildos. Yes,
Holy
784
shit.
dildos. Why does someone need 784 dildos?
Can't you just, like, own a few and wash them and, like, rotate them? Why do you need 784? And isn't that a rather, like, specific number of dildos? Like, why 784? Like, why?
It just beggars belief.
A killer party. What's the ingredient? What do you do to make just an amazing killer party?
We need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols. You need some water. I don't know if guys have noticed this, like a lot of ladies drink water at parties.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
You need locks on the doors. Why do we need to lock our guests in, Diddy?
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose.
So yes, I must have a sweat lodge going at my parties. We have to be drunk. We need to have lots of water. And we also need locks on the doors.
Of a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting.
Yes, it does. Now add a couple of drums of baby oil, 784 dildos, and a whole bunch of alleged crimes.
Yeah, it sounds completely degenerate and awful and gross.
It most certainly does sound disgusting. Now, as I alluded to earlier in this video, we're seeing reports of literally thousands upon thousands of people coming forward with allegations against Diddy. This article, again from Lad Bible, says Diddy furiously speaks out from jail following 120
He couldn't reach
more
800
victims
because
coming
they
forward
kept
with
losing
sex
them,
abuse
maybe.
claims. Sean Diddy Combs was arrested at a hotel in New York last month. Yeah, we know that, but this article goes on to say, Diddy, real name Sean Combs, has issued a damning statement from jail.
Maybe it was
after
his collection
reported that
from Bad
120
Dragon.
alleged victims are set to
Well, that
come
would be
forward with accusations
very
of sexual
unfortunate
assault.
for
Shut
Bad
up.
Dragon.
There's a guy in the house behind us like demolishing a deck, using his power saw. It's fucking pissing me. 120 arrested at a hotel in New York last month. Yeah, we know that, but this article goes on to say, Diddy, real name Sean Combs, has issued a damning statement from jail after it was reported that 120 alleged victims are set to come forward with accusations of sexual assault. Shut up, cunt. There's a guy...
Oh, Barrington, I feel you. Because it's like, I go to record a video, right? And this will be for anything. It'll be for YouTube. It'll be for the paid page. It'll be for anything, right? Ninja will be sleeping, not making a single goddamn noise, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a video now. And so I set up everything up and I go to start hitting record and meow, meow, as loud as he possibly can. And of course he has to come find wherever I am recording and be like, meow. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
In the house behind us like demolishing a deck, using his power saw. It's fucking pissing me off. Anyway, hopefully you can't hear it through the noise gate. The alleged victims are set to
Got here late, heading back to the start. No worries, Lord Famine.
file
I'll be back
lawsuits,
doing
which
gaming
reportedly
too,
span
so-
over 25 years and include men and women that were underage at the time of the alleged incidents. Diddy is one of the most well-known figures in the music industry, making his name in hip-hop and founding Bad Boy Records in 1993. The 54-year-old has now viciously denied claims of those who have accused him of these crimes. According to Houston attorney Tony Busby, lawsuits are expected to be filed within the next month, mostly in New York and Los Angeles. He revealed that the alleged victims were split 50-50 between males and females, while
That's crazy. No ratio or anything. It's just split right down the middle.
25 of them were said to be minors at the time.
Oh.
One alleged that he was just 9 years old. The attorney said that over 3,280 individuals got in touch with his firm with claims that they were victimised by Combs, as the firm decided to represent 120 of them. Some have reportedly spoken to the FBI, while other claims are being reviewed, though the individuals represented come from more than 25 states across the US.
Jesus
Combs has been
Christ.
held behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, since pleading not guilty last month after being charged with racketeering, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The
God damn, dude. You are done.
music executive has been denied bail twice. So what was that number again? 3,280 people. 3,280 people have come forward with claims. This law firm has taken on 120 of them, and that's just one law firm.
Yeah. That's just the one law firm. There are probably tons of high-powered law firms just waiting to jump on this.
Let's say Diddy's fucked. These are all civil claims,
sure.
but it just goes to show how many people are willing to speak up against him. And you know what I find...
Findings in civil trials can also be used as evidence. Your Honor, he was found liable in this civil case.
funny about that video we watched? If we can find something funny about this whole situation, I mean, apart from the 2 drums of lube and the 784 dildos, he was telling us the whole time. He was just blatant about it. There's more out there. I think I'll do a bit of internet archaeology. But in the meantime, have a look at this. Like I said, telling us the whole time.
Your parties are the hottest ticket around.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizons, people get intimidated.
Yeah, you're not broadening anybody's horizons there, Diddy. You're hurting people. There's a big difference. Ugh. No pets allowed in the Diddy party. We don't need those types of mistakes. Diddy just likes moist holes. Oh, gross. Gross, 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 gross. Oh, that's nasty.
There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but breaking down racial barriers, breaking down generation barriers. People from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z. Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on, you know.
Jesus Christ, he's naming people.
It's
He's
like
literally
people all walks of
dropping
life
names
connecting
of
and getting
people
together.
that you should be looking for.
Yeah.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person.
You're lying.
It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party.
It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party and have a good time. That's all. It just makes me feel good. Yeah, that's it. It makes me feel good. Like I know how to throw a party. You're a crazy bastard. So we're gonna take a look at this infographics video. We're going to listen to Simon describe a Diddy freak-off, which is gonna be hilarious because he's got such a nice pompous British accent. It's just gonna make me laugh. So let's do this.
You've been invited to a party hosted.
Oh, it's not Simon? Damn it.
Congratulations! You've been invited to a party hosted by none other than famous rap mogul Puff Daddy. It's gonna be an extravagant gala and definitely going to skyrocket your social media following.
Oh boy. Sounds amazing.
But when you get there, it's just Diddy and a few of his close friends looking like plankton in his basement dungeon. And
That's funny.
You're being told to take a bottle of lube to a private room to prepare yourself, all while Diddy licks his lips and looks at you.
That's disturbing. Do we have to have an image in our heads about this?
Whispering to himself, I was in one bedroom, dreaming of a million. Now I'm in beach houses, cream to the ceiling. As you're about to find out, one of Puff Daddy's most famous lyrics could have been quite literal. 1,000 bottles of lube, enough to fill a very large aquarium. This was the shocking discovery inside of one of Puff Daddy's homes.
Yep. 1,000 bottles of lube. Quite literally. They actually found that much baby
oil. A federal search
oil.
warrant was executed against him. And all of that lube? Well, it was meant to be used by some of your favorite celebrities in what Diddy called freak-off parties. Try to picture 1,000 bottles of lubricant.
No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can picture that much lube.
Odds are you're not picturing enough. At 12 fluid ounces each, Diddy's freak-out lube stash would be almost enough to completely fill a 100-gallon fish tank.
Jesus Christ. That is so much lube. Oh my lord.
So why did Diddy need enough lube to create a slip and slide that could stretch across the entire length of a movie theater, from the lobby to the front screen?
Because he really likes butt stuff.
And we mean that literally. 1,000 12-ounce bottles equals about 93 gallons, which would let you cover a slip and slide 6 feet wide and around 630 feet long.
That is insane. That is absolutely insane.
With 1 millimeter of personal lubricant, or a total surface area of almost 350 meters. At Diddy's movie theater, you could slide in the front door on a cushion of sex lube, whiz by the concession stand for your popcorn and soda, and then slide into your front row seats right by the big screen.
That's just weird. It's so weird. Why do we need this much lube?
And what's playing in Diddy's theater? Well, one of his personal home movies, but more on that soon. First, let's talk about enough lube to drown an elephant seal. Americans buy in bulk, as we know, and there's a Costco right down the street. These are actual statements from P. Diddy's lawyer in response to the discovery of 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil at Diddy's home.
Yeah. Well, you know, he could shop at Costco. You know, people buy in bulk.
While it is true that Americans enjoy bargain shopping from big box stores, most Americans also don't need enough lubricant to fully insert a Minuteman intercontinental ballistic missile into a missile silo that is a little nervous because this is their first time.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
The public discovery of Diddy's freak-off parties come alongside startling revelations from the numerous criminal cases against him. In 2023, Sean John Combs, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Lube Daddy, a.k.a. P. Slip and Slide, a.k.a. Federal Defendant
P. Slip and
saw
Slide.
his entire career unwind with allegations that he had abused and exploited former girlfriend Cassandra Ventura, also known as Cassie. He was 37 years old and she was just 19 when they first met, quickly making her financially and career dependent on him. At these freak-off parties, it's alleged that he forced Cassie to perform acts on others against her will.
That's disgusting. That is He is so horrible. He is such a horrible, horrible person.
The case would be settled out of court without the terms of the settlement being publicly revealed. However, it's likely that this included a very large financial compensation.
Probably.
There's no word on compensation for Diddy blowing up Kid Cudi's car after he became enraged to discover that Cudi had been dating Cassie. Given how much lube Diddy had on hand, getting his car blown up was the least of Cudi's worries.
These jokes are awesome.
But Cassie's lawsuit was the tip of the iceberg, because Puff Daddy, aka Lube Master 3000, was already facing several other cases for exactly the same type of behavior. And front and center of these allegations were P. Baby Oil Diddy's freak-off parties, for both legal reasons and to protect their reputations. It has become incredibly difficult to get solid details on what exactly went on at these freak-off parties from those who attended.
Yeah, because they're all shutting the fuck up. Because nobody wants to be tied to these parties.
But it doesn't take much imagination when there are literally 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil involved. Odds are, with that much lubricant to make things nice and slippery, Diddy and his guests were not hosting a chess club. Some leaks have emerged, though, painting a sordid picture of Combs' freak-off parties. Allegedly, they involved multi-day-long marathons of physical debauchery, with P. Diddy, aka Slip Daddy, flying in sex workers specifically for the events.
So he had, like, personal prostitutes. Okay.
That particular allegation seems to have some basis in reality, as amongst the many charges Diddy seems unable to slip out of are related to sex trafficking across state lines, for which he is being prosecuted under the infamous Mann Act. Allegedly, Diddy's flesh fests would begin after his famous white parties, which would attract major celebrities such as Leonardo DiCaprio and Mariah Carey.
So the white parties were like the entry level party, and then if you wanted the like freak off level party, then you stayed, I guess.
However, after the A-listers left, Diddy would put on a completely different show for a select group of friends. Michael Kaplan of the New York Post, who broke details on freak-offs, reported that Diddy would lure in women whom he was personally managing or had met at various adult clubs, along with sex workers. Using either drugs, money, or power over their career, Diddy forced the women to participate. Afterwards, to ensure their silence, he would use video footage taken at the events.
And this video footage would be done without their consent.
As blackmail leverage, or simply threaten to ruin their career.
Yeah.
But freak-offs had other surprises of their own. According to a well-placed drug dealer who was invited to one of these events, male rappers would engage in acts with each other as well.
Yeah, because you can be on the down low in that what's it called? That area of partying. So you can do whatever.
Including some very high-profile and well-known talent whose names have not come to the spotlight yet. However, for any fan of the Boondocks, this type of behavior has long been an open secret amongst the hip-hop community. Heavy security would ensure complete privacy, and only people personally invited by Combs were allowed to enter. Threats of violence, drug addiction, and blackmail were all used to ensure complete secrecy.
Jesus Christ, I'll get you hooked on dope if you don't if you tell anybody. That's crazy. Jesus.
Well, as a healthy amount of payouts for at least some individuals, such as Cassie. Even if guests wanted to leave, the sheer amount of personal lubricant flooding the party space would have made that difficult. There's also been no publicly released footage or any photos from any of these freak-off parties, though low-effort media has been using old clips or photos from legitimate white parties that Diddy hosted in their place as clickbait.
That's shitty. We don't need to be doing that.
Allegations that celebrities like Kevin Hart, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Beyonce attended these parties are unproven and rely entirely on photos and videos of them at known white parties.
Yeah.
Combs is, at the time of writing, behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center after being labeled a flight risk. As federal raids against his U.S. homes were being carried out back in March, Diddy had taken his private plane to Antigua in the Caribbean. Thinking the situation over, he decided to return and was subsequently denied bail requests.
Sucker. And they They offered a $50 million bail package.
Commenting on the discovery of 1,000 bottles of lubricant in one of his homes, Diddy, through his lawyer, wanted it to be clear that the presence of over 90 gallons of lube and baby oil was
It's
not,
completely
quote,
normal.
as nefarious as it seemed.
Oh yeah, no, it's perfectly normal. Everything is fine here. You don't have to worry. It's perfectly fine.
Because who doesn't have a commercial-sized aquarium's worth of personal lubricant for various needs in their home? Sean Slippery Combs is facing some serious jail time for the charges against him, even as the details of freak-off parties remain tightly under wraps by federal prosecutors. At a minimum, Combs faces 15 years in prison, though it's possible he could spend the rest of his life in prison
for sure.
if the federal sex trafficking charges are proven, along with a $250,000 fine. The real question is, how do federal authorities hope to keep a man behind bars who has spent so much of his life steeped in gallons and gallons of personal lubricant? Now slip into this video, the wealthy elite that own the world, or click this other vid instead.
That was rather an amusing way, I think, to end the just chatting portion of the stream. I think that was pretty damn funny, if you ask me. I am going to end this part of my entertainment for the evening. I will be back in a little bit. I am going to go make sure everybody's in bed, and then I'll be back to play some Mortal Kombat in a little bit. So thank you guys for watching. I am going to see you guys in a little bit. Remember, consider going to the Streamlabs link. It's active all the time. I can do jumping jacks on or off stream, and it's going to a new chair. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in a bit for Mortal Kombat. You guys have a wonderful night. I hope you enjoyed the just chatting. I'll see you in a bit. Bye everyone.